Good day everyone, we are Team Geodudes and we will be featuring the mineral gypsum. First of all, can this mineral be found locally? Yes! There are many locations in the Philippines containing deposits of gypsum, such as Batangas, Camarines Norte, Albay, Negros Oriental, Cebu, Nueva Vizcaya, Occidental Mindoro, and Camarines Sur. One example of a local gypsum deposit can be found in Bula, Camarines Sur. This deposit has an area of around 172 hectares. Now, what is gypsum? Gypsum is known as the most common type of sulfate mineral. It is composed of calcium together with sulfur and water in the form of sulfate. It is sparingly soluble in water and doesn't immediately dissolve when wet. It doesn't increase or decrease the level of acidity when dissolved in water. Gypsum is chalky and can appear as small crystals, as well as a layered structure. It is a colorless or whitish mineral that usually forms in layered sedimentary deposits where new sources of water frequently replace waters high in calcium and sulfate as it evaporates. The sulfate component forms when, as evaporation occurs, the water and oxygen bond with the unprotected sulfur. Afterwards, it bonds with calcium and water, creating gypsum. To summarize the properties of gypsum, gypsum's chemical composition is CaSO4-2H2O or hydrous calcium sulfate. Its color can range from clear, colorless white, yellow, red, or brown. Its streak is white. The luster is vitreous, silky, and sugary. Its cleavage is perfect and distinct. It has a Mohs hardness value of 2, and its crystal stem is monoclinic. Next, how is gypsum used? The largest consumer of gypsum is currently the building materials industry, which is under the construction industry. Here, gypsum is used to produce different kinds of building materials, as well as used as a raw material for cement and cementing materials. First, gypsum in Portland cement. Gypsum plays an essential role in cement. Although it's used in small quantities in the range of 2.5 to 3%, this increases mortar or concrete workability by keeping the cement in a plastic state at the early age of hydration. This is then achieved by changing the course of hydration of calcium aluminate, thus becoming a retarder in cement hydration. Moreover, gypsum also contributes to strength acceleration in the early stages of hydration through the formation of ettringite at the threshold levels, thus accelerating the hardening process. Second, gypsum plaster. Gypsum plaster is a white cementing material made from the partial or complete dehydration of the mineral gypsum. This is applied in a plastic state, i.e. with water, and this sets and hardens through the chemical recombination of gypsum with water. Partial dehydration involves a low burning process, called incomplete calcination. Here, gypsum is heated to temperatures between 100 and 190 degrees Celsius, and consequently loses 75% of its water content. This produces calcium sulfate hemihydrate, otherwise known as plaster of Paris. This can be used for casting ornamental plasterwork and as an added fire-resistant coating for wood and metal. When plaster of Paris is mixed with admixtures such as glue and sand, hardwall plaster is produced. This is often used as an undercoat plaster for masonry surfaces. On the other hand, complete dehydration involves a high burning process at temperatures above 190 degrees Celsius called complete calcination. Here, gypsum loses all its water content to produce gypsum anhydrite. Gypsum anhydrite without impurities creates flooring plaster. When containing aluminum sulfate or sodium tetraborate, it produces hard finish plaster, which can be used as a smooth, abrasive-resistant skim coat plaster. Third, gypsum board, otherwise known as drywall or plasterboard. It contains a gypsum core embedded inside paper facing. It is used in the building of partition systems and in the lining of walls, ceilings, roofs, and floors. It can also be utilized as a fireproofing material since gypsum is non-combustible and its crystals contain small amounts of water. With exposure to heat, the water is released, and this serves to maintain a lower temperature and prevent the fire from spreading rapidly. Additionally, gypsum has low thermal conductivity. This means that it can be used together with other insulating materials for thermal insulation. Another application is sound insulation, especially using specially designed gypsum acoustic boards. However, gypsum is non-hydraulic, so it should not be used in constantly wet conditions, such as in exterior and moist interior work. Last, gypsum-based composite binders. This involves mixing gypsum to attach things together. The mixture is commonly made out of gypsum, lime, cement, and pozzolanic materials. This results in a strengthened binder with increased water resistance and a better controlled setting time. Additionally, ball mills are used to increase the consistency of the components. Chemical mixtures like retarding admixture, water-soluble polymer, air entraining admixture can also be used to modify the binder for particular necessities. One application is that having gypsum reinforce wood, glass, polymer, sand, slags, vermiculite, etc. would produce a stronger and better performing product. Finally, these are all the references used for the information on gypsum. Thank you for watching our video.